Welcome to Crave the Rave, a naughty podcast for old school ravers who need a fix of the rave. I'm Lady Bizarre.
And I'm Jess the Mess.
On each episode, we'll be reminiscing over hilarious, embarrassing, and downright mental stories from our raver days. Think trippy tales, fezzy fails, and stories from the sesh. We've seen, heard, and done it all, and we bet you have too. So join us for a trip down memory lane.
Welcome to a very, very special episode of Crave the Rave. Hi, Alara.
Hello, Jess.
As you can see, I'm joined today with our very special first ever guest. It's our dear friend, Alex!
Hi, guys. Hi, Laura.
Yeah.
It actually makes me so excited to have a guest.
Oh, thank you, guys. Your first guest.
Our first ever guest, and there's lots of pressure on you.
Thank you for having me. I'm a huge fan. But do you know, I've got a confession. I feel like I've got imposter syndrome because I'm not really a raver, am I? I'm a disco diva.
Mate, you are the ultimate party boy. If anybody I know is still hanging on to his party hat, it's you, Alex. He is. Do you know he's going out tonight? It's a bloody Sunday.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Yeah. I'm not surprised.
I know.
That was me last week, though, wasn't it? Oh, that was me on my way out to a drum and bass rave on a Sunday.
I mean, you guys are crazy.
But it is bank holiday weekend Sunday today, so I'm not that much of a crackhead.
Yeah, but you do go out on a Thursday, you go out on a Monday, don't try it. I know what you're like, you're always out. But we do a podcast about partying, and it makes sense to actually have somebody that regularly parties with us, so that's why you're the perfect first guest.
Oh, good.
And if anyone recognises this voice, this famous voice, this is from our episode 2 slurry voice note that we featured.
Yeah, he was the mess. Yeah.
The mess of our messy episode, yeah.
When was that? Was that my birthday?
Yeah. The birthday that I had to put you into the taxi to leave. That was a Sunday night.
That was a Sunday, yeah.
Didn't stop you, did it?
Day of rest.
Day of sesh. Funny, actually, because I've just come back from a county fair show, the local county fair show. And I went into the portaloo. Yeah, I know how times have changed. And I went into the portaloo. And I always thought that the mirrors in a portaloo were really odd and really obscure and really made your face warped. But I actually just think that whenever I've been in a portaloo previously, I just had a warped face. And so I was surprised that when I looked in the mirror, I would look normal. It shocked me, actually, because I've never been in a portaloo sober.
Okay. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, is that a real mirror or is that like a fake mirror that you'd have in like a child's toy?
Yeah. But you know when you're not sober and you look in the mirror and it shocks you? It actually shocks you how your face is distorted. I feel like the small mirror in a hot portaloo is like, that's what, that's when you really see like, oh my God, is that me? But usually it's just because my eyes are fucked and my face is upside down.
I used to wonder, like, is it my eyes? Is it my face? Or is it the mirror? But now we know.
Yeah, all three. Well, actually, no. And after today, I found out it's not the mirror. So it's your face and it's your eyes. Anyway, how our lives are so different, the three of us, hey?
I know.
Oh, absolutely.
But I thought it'd be good to have Alex on as a guest because we go way back, us three, don't we?
We do.
There's loads to chat about. So I thought it might be nice today if we just start by Alex telling everybody how he knows us and how we know Alex.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's a good idea. I want to hear it because I don't actually remember the story of like when we first met Alex. Sorry, no offense. I love you, but it's just my memory it has quite a few gaps in it.
No, babe, don't be daft. I think it's so funny because all our memories are hazy anyway.
Mine's not.
From partying.
Mine's not. I remember everything.
I think you bend the truth.
Yeah.
Mine's a bit warped, maybe, but
that's accurate. Warped like that bog mirror.
Okay, so I met you first because we both went to Manchester University, didn't we?
Yeah. But, no, we didn't. We went to Manchester Met. We're not clever enough to go to Manchester.
Speak for yourself. But we went to Manchester Met University. And for all the Manchester crowd out there listening, there's a pub or a bar called Joshua Brooks. I don't know if it's still open, but opposite there was a place called Factory. And it was
Right.
I think it had something to do with the Hacienda days, where I think Factory was where they had like a recording studio or something linked to the Hacienda. Was this bar called Factory? I think it's probably changed hands about 20 times. But there was a night on there called Belly of the Beast. It was like drum and bass night.
Yeah.
So we first met there through all of our mutual friends. And obviously, you and I can both talk for England. So literally, I remember you had a bow in your hair. I wore a turquoise T-shirt with like a lipstick kiss print across the chest.
Stunning.
I think I had a trilby on.
I think you had a trilby on too.
Probably.
And then we just clicked and we became really good friends. And then randomly, my mum contacted me and was like, "Who's your friend Alex from Facebook?"
I remember this.
And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, because my mum's cousin is Alex's older sister's best friend."
Yeah, a family friend of mine is your cousin.
Wait, say that one more time. That's confusing. Your mum's friend?
No, my mum's cousin is Alex's older sister's best friend.
Wow, okay, wow.
It's not that confusing, surely. So then okay, maybe it's confusing. And then we were like, well, we're related now.
Yeah, we're basically cousins.
We're cousins. So we've always called each other cousins. We introduced ourselves as cousins to everybody.
So yeah, and I think the rest was history. So it was a night called Belly of the Beast, drum and bass night, me and a trilby.
Yeah.
So that was it, and I think we just talked. I think we were on the middle of the dance floor chatting away, and you were telling me hilarious stories about our friends Amy and Val.
Yeah, dishing the dirt on everyone, giving
Absolutely.
you the tea on everybody, as I do with my loose lips. And I remember that you worked in the local Sainsburys in Fallowfield, which is like it's the student area of Manchester, so everybody lived there pretty much. And he worked in the local Sainsburys. And what was so funny is that when we had a night out, you'd go into the Sainsburys to buy your pre-drinks. And Alex would be at the till. Like, beep. Beep. Where are you going out tonight? Beep. We're going. Diddler, you coming? Beep. Yeah, I'll meet you afterwards. Beep. It was actually so funny. He had his little Sainsbury's uniform on, and he's so sweet. He's always so happy, even though everyone else is fucking going out and partying without him. And he's been out the night before, because of course he has his party boy. And he's in there, beep, beep. All right, I'll meet you down there later. Beep.
I'd come out afterwards, wouldn't I?
Yeah, and then we'd all be partying and having a sesh, and he'd be like, "I've got to go to Sainsbury's."
Yeah, it's still up.
And then we would go to do the shop run, and there he is, sitting at the till. Beep, hello. And you look like shit now. Oh, hello, all right. Beep, beep. Remember that?
Yeah, and so many of our friends would come in and shoplift while I was there. And they'd be like, an old uni friend of ours, Rory, was like, "Oh, I know Alex when he got caught shoplifting." I'm like, "Mate, thanks a lot. I'm surviving on 0 sleep from the night before."
As if they're going to be like, "Oh, you know Alex, so you can take that crate of beer for free then." "Oh, you know Alex on the till?" "Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, take that crate of beer and off you go then."
Laura, I remember when I met you as well.
Oh God.
You'll hate me for this.
Oh no.
So you guys were I think you'd come up to Manchester to visit Jess.
I did a lot.
And all you girls, so I think you were going to Sankey's. And I remember, Laura, you had straight long hair and big gold hoop earrings. You were like a rude girl, but you had a big push-up bra and a hot pink like skirt on. I was obsessed. Me being a scouser, you were like full glam. And I think it was of the early noughties style. You had a puffball hot pink skirt on, a wonder bra, long hair down to like past your boots, and you were full glam. It was gorgeous. You were ready to rave.
I think I was in heels. Wasn't I?
You were? I think.
I was in heels. I was raving in heels.
I think it was my birthday. I think it was my 21st.
Yes, I remember this night.
And loads of people came out. It was a good turnout. And then we all partied afterwards. And I invited a guy out from the sandwich shop that I worked in. And he lost his marbles, and he got his willy out at the afters.
I remember.
I think you had to poke it back in.
What's up?
It's not often I'm poking a willy back.
Poking a willy back. Well, that's nice. We've all been friends for a long time, and then throughout the years we've been in each other's lives, in and out, and lots of partying, lots of gay clubbing together.
Yes.
Remember when we went out in Canal Street and...
Before I even got there, you'd been thrown out of the gay club. So basically, guys, Jess had called me to say, Alex, where's good to go? Where's good to go? Because you'd had an exam, a final exam. I think it was like graduation week, or, you know, you'd handed in your coursework or something. So you called me to... I don't think you had much sleep from maybe cramming some extra, like, revision in.
Doesn't sound like me.
And I think you always... you all went to the pub straight away after your exam.
Okay.
And then you were like, right, where's good to go? Where's good to go? So I can't remember where you ended up or where I told you. But then by the time I got closer to Canal Street to meet you, you called me back and you were like, I've just been thrown out. And the reason you were thrown out is because you tried to get on stage with the drag queen and sing, I am what I am. And you can say...
I got jealous of the drag queen because she was taking the limelight and I didn't like it when I was drunk, and so I wanted to get up on stage and sing, and they said no and they threw me out.
Yeah, that sounds like Jess to a T.
And then I think I said, I know Alex.
What, as if he was like the famous gay in the community and that would save you? Yeah.
The only gay in the village.
I know Alex from Sainsburys.
I know Alex from Sainsburys. Please don't throw me out. Oh, that's funny.
Did it work?
No, of course it didn't.
Oh, right. No, you don't have that much leverage. No, not in the... No, all right, fair enough. There were bigger gays in the village.
Absolutely. Also, as well, if you were the drag queen, we'd chuck you out as well.
I'd love to be a drag queen. I think drag queen's amazing. I'm always jealous of how OTT they are on their makeup and their outfits. I'd love to do that. Some women are drag queens, aren't they?
Yeah, drag kings.
Will there be drag queens tonight when you're going out?
No, the Eagle in London is very different to like that sort of night.
So do you know this, Lara? The Eagle, where he's going tonight, no women are allowed in.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, girls.
Wow. Better stay home, Jess.
Yeah. Tell us about tonight. Tell us what it's going to be.
So tonight is a night called Horse Meat Disco. It's disco music, but a bit funky. So it's a bit more modern day disco with a few old school kind of disco samples.
It's quite house techy, isn't it?
Yeah, house techy really. And they have it in. I've been to Horse Meat Disco in Berlin. They have it in New York. So it's quite a famous sort of club night that travels. I think they've probably done bits of Glasgow and the festivals and stuff. They tend to pop up everywhere. They do a couple of gay pride events and stuff. So really, really cool night.
I love that you just called it house techy, by the way. Like Nantech just flipped it around. You meaning like tech housey? Tech house or house tech? Housey tech? Techy house?
Yes.
One of those. Cool. All right, Nan.
Am I saying it wrong?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're trying to say. If you're saying it might be a bit more like tech house, or you more like saying it's like kind of technically house, techie house. I don't know.
No, it's tech house.
I actually hate disco, but when you're describing it, like you're saying it's a bit more modernized, then maybe I could get down with it, a bit more like modern. Yeah, but old school disco, I can't do. That is not my vibe at all.
I like it. I enjoy it.
I know you do. I know you do.
Laura, I love disco.
I know you do. You're a disco queen. I know you do. Yeah. That's why we barely cross paths at festivals and things, because you're in the ABBA tent, and that is my idea of hell. You know?
True.
I can't.
ABBA Diana Ross tent.
Yeah, have you heard all the ABBA house mixes?
Yeah, I
knew you would.
Soz.
I play them at work sometimes. Do you know what makes me laugh? Remember when we were in Glastonbury, and then we were so happy to do, all three of us did Glastonbury at the same time together, and then we'd meet up every day, and then we couldn't have had more of a different day. Because we were down, me and Lara were down at the drum and bass, we were down at the techno or whatever it might be, the dance areas, and there's you, Lana Del Rey,
Lizzo.
Yeah, Lizzo. That's it. Jodie Harsh. I mean, Jodie Harsh is probably the best out of all of them. I think we might have met you at Jodie Harsh.
Jodie Harsh, yeah.
That was the one that we could compromise on.
What about Glitterbox? You were with us at Glitterbox, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Jodie Marsh.
Oh, Jodie Marsh? Jodie Marsh's big brother.
Jodie Harsh. No, Jodie Marsh. Jodie Marsh. Jodie Harsh.
Jodie Marsh is a blast from the past.
Jodie Harsh. I've actually got Jodie Harsh's sofa. Little known fact there.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you have the pink one?
Yeah, the pink one.
You also had, what's her name? Claire Baldwin's sofas in our old house back in Brixton. Claim to fame!
Yeah, I must have a thing for celebrity sofas.
Jessie, are you on Celebrity Buy, Sell and Swap Facebook or something?
Yeah, Celebrity Gumtree. I don't know what Jodie Harsh got up to on that sofa, but anyway, it's now in Baby D's room, so...
It's living quite a different life.
Yeah, a totally different life. What about, remember our times in Vauxhall, Lara, when we used to go out in Vauxhall and had the mad times we used to have out in the gay clubs?
Jesus Christ, yes, of course I do.
Vauxhall is a very unique place. It's a bizarre place. I love the vibe of it, but it ain't for the faint-hearted.
I remember the days where we'd always go to Fire all night, or not actually, we'd go to a club night, we'd go to a rave, then we'd go to Fire afterwards, and then Fire would kick you out, like maybe in the middle of the day, and then you'd go over to Area, and then that would continue. There was always somewhere, you just bounce between clubs, like it was quite a mad life, and we would just go all weekend, like flipping and flopping between different after parties.
Do you know what was mad? Like, I was always like the straight person in the club, like the one straight person. I'd always find a really hot straight man.
You fucking did as well. Yes, I remember that.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, they had slim pickings, really, with me, so I was like, hey.
Slipped on in there.
They might have been there for like a friend's birthday or something, and I can always spot them because they look a little bit uncomfortable, but trying to pretend that they're all right with it, because they are all right with it, but they just can't believe what they're seeing. And I'm like, he'll do.
Do you know what? It's because the gays know how to party.
Yeah, of course they do. That's the thing. It's always a good fucking vibe at a gay club. I love the gay clubs. Bergheim was a gay club, is a gay club, and I thought it was wonderful. And I went down for a little peek downstairs.
To the naughty room.
To the naughty room. Dark rooms at the bottom to see what I could see. And I was surprised. You
could see in the dark rooms?
Well, I saw what I saw. I wanted to see something and I saw it, all right? So, let's leave it there. But you've seen some mad shit in gay clubs, haven't you?
Yes. I've recently it was in November, so it was a little while ago. I went to New York, where there's the bar called the Eagle. So they have an Eagle. The
Eagle as well?
Yeah, so there's an Eagle in London, an Eagle in New York, and an Eagle in Manchester. They have them everywhere, but the one in New York was an absolute experience. Firstly, someone stopped me and asked if I was Sam Smith.
Oh my God, I'm actually kind of seeing it now. Wow.
Did you love that?
I was so offended. I hope Sam Smith isn't listening, sorry. I'm sure he's attractive to some.
Was it that bin bag you were wearing that did it?
Maybe.
Does Sam Smith wear bin bags?
Like blown up bin bags to the Brits, really? I think, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. It was the same outfit. I got mistaken for Sam Smith twice.
Oh.
Listeners, I do not look like Sam Smith.
I'm now seeing it. I mean, you're stunning, you're gorgeous and sexy and all of that. Like, but I am seeing it.
Oh, well, thanks for the sexy and gorgeous, but I'll ignore everything else you just said.
And then what else did you see there?
Well, they even had, you know, like on a beach, you have like the lifeguard high chairs.
Mm-hmm.
They had lifeguard high chairs for gays just to kind of sit up there and watch the dark room commence. You know what I mean?
Wow. No, I don't. Of course, I don't know what you mean.
Oh, sorry.
I've never been to a club that's got high chairs for people to watch the room.
Yeah.
And what were they watching?
So basically, I wasn't in the dark room, but this is what shocks me: is this Eagle Club in New York is every corner of the bar was a dark room. Every bar was a dark room. It was quite an eye-opener. I'm not so much of a prude, but I was prudish in that moment.
Okay, so it's just anything goes, basically.
Anything goes, yeah. Like nudity, and like most guys are wearing like some sort of underwear or jockstrap or harness, like leather little chest thing.
What did you wear?
I had burgundy red mesh t-shirt on from ASOS.
Classy.
Skinny jeans, a cap. So I was like fully dressed.
Wow,
really.
You were overdressed.
Well dressed.
Yeah, I think so. Well, mesh top.
Jeans? That is like, excessive.
Jeans, yeah.
You got to keep them guessing, though. You got to have that bit of mystery. I like it.
Keep them guessing, like, is that Sam Smith?
Oh shit. Okay.
But it's quite funny to go into these things, like, because I'm not a naughty boy, but to go into these things where I think I've kind of seen it all, done it all, and then you go to somewhere like that, you're like, oh my god, they're all still weirdos to be seen.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it.
Okay, I'll take you.
Will you take me with you? No, but I'm not allowed in.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Mind you, saying that, I never used to go to the sex parties that Lara and everyone used to go to. But I was in a relationship, that's why.
Yeah, you never came. Yeah, I don't think you necessarily missed out there.
I just couldn't wait to hear the gossip of afterwards.
Yeah, I'm like
But
that.
the gossip was always something like really quite lame, like, oh, we saw a man wanking, and I was like, yeah. Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
So I've got a friend here in London, and he goes to sex parties, and it's really quite well organised.
Is he straight?
No, he's gay.
All right, okay.
But they have like a WhatsApp group. They send sort of photos to each other
approved,
to be like, and it's very like, and it's sort of sober. You can have a few drinks, but it's completely sober from a drug point of view, to out of respect for anyone who doesn't want to do it. And it's become like a community. So in a strange sort of way, I think that's a kind of nice way to do it. I think when you've sort of vetoed each other firstly, I don't think it's particularly like, oh, you're not hot enough, but I think it's to kind of get each other a little bit turned on.
It's to take the real creeps out as well, and the real weird oddballs that make people feel uncomfortable.
Well, you can't tell that necessarily from a picture always, though. I mean, you might get...
Oh, I bet you can.
I reckon there's some real creeps out there that look innocent. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, anybody that's going to them might have a bit of a creep inside themselves.
That's bullshit. Fuck off. I'm not a creep, and I have been involved.
Yeah, but you didn't go to many.
No, I only went to a couple. And me and Mel, we went to one in London. And then as soon as it finished at like whatever it was, 2 a.m, we got out of our masks, dresses and heels and put on we both had like basically matching Adidas shorts, trainers, little tops. And we went to Vauxhall to Fire for a drum and bass rave.
That's the perfect night. Perfect night.
I actually ended up puking. I think because I smoked a toke on a joint and it all got too much. Yeah, it was a bit of a mess. But yeah, it was. We had a bit of a wild night from one extreme to the other. It was quite funny, actually.
I feel like that's where Fire is such a good club, because it welcomes anybody in any state at any time of the night. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like, here we are, like you're not on your best form right now, but welcome in. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The creatures and the characters that are in Fire just are actually weird and wonderful. Like, I love an oddball and I love a character, and there's plenty of them in Vauxhall.
Well, I've got a funny story about Fire as well, actually. For Halloween, like this past Halloween in October, me and my friend, we did a night called Hardcock Life. That is the night. Hardcock Life. And it was out in, I want to say like the Troxy or somewhere. Where in London is that? Is that like east maybe?
That's like south.
I'm just Googling it. It is... like Whitechapel, what's that? Limehouse, then.
That's
yeah.
it.
Limehouse, yeah.
Eastish.
That's east enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to the Troxy for Halloween, and this night was like, the Troxy was a bit of a strange venue for this Hardcock Live night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I went to an award ceremony at the Troxy. Like, it's quite a posh spot. Yeah.
It's bizarre for like a Halloween rave, but here we are.
Was the award ceremony for the biggest cock?
The hardest cock.
The hardest cock, because that would make sense.
Yeah, now that I would definitely be excited to go to. No, it was just some work thing.
Right.
Well, this Halloween night, it was just one of those mixed bags, like Halloween, like New Year. You try and chase the night, but we decided instead to then go to fire. But I was dressed as a mummy, covered in bandages, and then like when we got to fire, I had basically stapled my outfit together just because I was getting ready really quickly, and I was already like 3 sheets to the wind trying to get dressed. I put those Halloween contact lenses in, and I was scared they were going to go into my skull. But anyway, so we ended up in fire. Me and my friend went out into the smoking area to have like a little heart-to-heart, cool down. Someone's like cigarette fag ash blew into my mummy bandages, and I went on fire. In fire, true story.
Oh my god!
But it was like I could feel heat and I could smell something. And when it turned round, one of my mummy bandages was like gauze, and it was like singed, and I could feel it getting closer to my body. So I was like, I'm on fire! I'm on fire and fire.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! That's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, shit.
You must have been smoking
hot, literally.
Wow, that night nearly went up in flames, mate.
So absolutely. So those contact lenses going into my brain was like the least of me worries when I was like actually on fire.
But you were looking really hot.
Hot stuff. Do you know what though? It was like I was bringing some like real drama to the fact that I was a dead corpse mummy. I was like actually like setting myself on fire for the cause, for the Halloween adventure.
Did you pull that night?
I didn't. I pulled my outfit apart because it was stapled together, but that was about it.
I was thinking when you said I was having a heart-to-heart, I was going to make a really bad dad joke about like a mummy not having a heart, but it's just, we'll leave it there.
Oh. You'd need to know sort of the science behind a mummy for that.
I was a mummy looking for some daddies.
Yeah, you can take my spot on this show. It's fine. I'll just bow out like you're funnier.
Oh,
it's all yours.
Never.
We were talking before, me and Alex, about sex parties, and you were telling me about your mate. Tell me about your mate.
Yeah, so this is an actual friend. A guy I'd slept with, basically, and he was a bit, he's quite kinky, quite horny, and he was telling me like about different sex parties you can go to, and I was like honestly listening, hanging on to every word, and he was like, sometimes they're really like commercial, and they have, like porn stars might be on stage, and like, you might have like flyers and posters for these events, he said, and then some are slightly more underground, and he said like there's one in London which opens on a Sunday, maybe like after everyone's been clubbing all night, where all the guys who prefer to bottom, all have to arrive earlier, maybe at like an hour before all of the tops. But all the bottoms put a bag on their head. They strip naked and put a bag on their head. And that is this is absolutely like not my style, but no judgment. But yeah, so these bottoms will arrive, and then basically it's just like a free-for-all for who you want to shag and be shagged by, but that's the part of the appeal, is you don't know who or how many, so I think it's a little bit scary. I'm a bit scared by this.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know what type of bag they use to put on their head. Like
a Tesco bag?
No, I'm imagining a brown paper bag. Surely.
I would want a gift bag.
Happy birthday!
Something a bit more jazzy than the average brown paper bag.
Happy
birthday!
I think I'd want like Harvey Nicks or Selfridges bag, so I look like the classy guy.
Oh yeah, you get more action that way.
Maybe
a bit of a classier man.
But maybe you get
your head in a Selfridges bag. You're gonna be all right that
night. You get a little sugar daddy.
Apparently so.
Wow. No, but I'm thinking like maybe they number you as well, so that like, if you like really enjoyed number 4, you can go back to number 4 later. You know what I mean? It's like some kind of like pageant, but like faceless. I don't know.
Good call. Otherwise, how do you know? Just by there's that bum that I liked earlier. I'll go back to that one.
But how strange! I think it's like obviously no judgment, but it's obviously people's different kinks, and I'm here for it. I'm like, go crazy, knock yourself out.
I just don't get the bag thing. Like, be as kinky as you want or whatever, but what does the bag symbolise? I can't get my head around what that would be. Just I'm a bum.
I think so.
I'm just a bum. Just use my bum as much as you want.
That's the appeal.
It means you can be fugly and you ain't going to get judged.
Yeah,
no,
fair.
it doesn't mean that. You're not going to get judged because no one's judging anybody in there anyway, are they? I mean, they're all in there together, surely.
It's the mystery.
But yeah, so apparently, I kind of think like each to their own, but I think that is the appeal, Jess, is that you put a bag on so you don't know who or how many, or like you just kind of, and I think maybe it is like Laura said, like a judgment-free zone if everyone's like faceless.
Oh. I just can't believe, and it's something that I actually didn't believe until quite recently, that there was naked saunas that men can go to after a night out or any time, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then just go and have a shag as they please.
Yeah, in a sauna, and it's like they have them all over the UK.
They're a thing.
Yeah, and I think they're quite like, they're not even that seedy or kinky, you know. It's a bit of like a kind of, I've never been to one actually, but a rite of passage, I think, for most gay guys.
Yeah. So after a night out, after a rave, you can go to the naked sauna. I'll tell you what, when we were in Berlin, we went to a naked spa, and it was really fun, really good fun. I loved every minute of it. Oh my God, remember when you and me went?
We went together, didn't we? Liquidrome.
Oh my
in
God.
Berlin.
And I got so drunk. Like, they kept telling me off.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was absolutely rat-assed. And the Berlin people, Germans, are very like together, and like they don't like Brits abroad. And me and Alex are in there, and I'm steaming, absolutely steaming. I ran out at the end without paying, and they told Alex to go and get his wife.
Yeah.
And I was a mess on the floor outside, and they're like, "You need to get your wife. She hasn't paid."
God.
Mr. Alex, your wife is outside.
And I was like slumped over a car, like paralytic, because I had way too much Prosecco. But when we were there, I was in the naked sauna and I was looking down, and I saw the guy next to me sort of looking at me, at my eyes, to like try and get my attention. And then he managed to get my attention, and I looked up at him, and I realised that I had been intensely staring at his little small bulbous cock the whole time without even realising what I was looking at. My eyes had just fixated down on his tiny little chode. And I was literally staring at it so much that he was then trying to look at me to be like, yeah, what are you fucking looking at? Like, what about it? And I was like, oh my God, like trying to look away to get my eyes away from it. But I was fixated on it just in a really, I don't know why I was staring at it so much. It was a really peculiar one. And I just wanted to look at it, which is funny.
You know, girls, there was a few episodes ago when you were talking about like illegal raves in like the World War II bunker.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
There was one event, Laura, where Jessie and I went to an abandoned mansion. It was like, I think it was a ticketed event with like security and,
but it was
stuff.
very derelict. It was very squat party vibes.
Yeah, it was very squat party.
I don't think anything there was legal. There wasn't any like running toilets.
In Manchester.
No, yeah, in Manchester. Well, we went to one there, didn't we, with a friend of yours, really, called Toby. He came up to Manchester with his friends, all these big, burly, straight guys, but I got on like a house on fire.
They're proper like London lads. Like, they weren't even really my friends as such at the time. They were our housemates' friends, and they were proper like London lads, geezers, you know? Yeah, so they come up to party and get on the Charlie, you know?
Get the bag in.
And they met Alex.
Yeah. They met me, and me being me, Laura, as you know, I started dancing on a table.
But you had a big shimmery belt on. And your hips don't lie, they were his hips were going crazy. Toby, one of the blokes, went, all right, Shaqueera, calm down, Shaqueera.
And Jess has looked up at me, and I've got a blingy belt on, and I'm shaking them hips.
No, he fucking loved it. He had an audience of straight, burly men in front of him, and he was going for it. He went, oh, babes, they got Shaqueera. He fucking loved it.
That is now my maybe like alias or drag name, Shaqueera.
Oh my God, please can you go dress up in drag and go Shaqueera, please?
Absolutely.
Should that is fucking brilliant.
Have you ever done drag?
No, but the night's young.
Yeah, I feel like you could be really good drag. Should we do it together?
Yeah, let's do it. Laura, when you're home.
Oh, God. That's terrifying. I'm not a fan of drag, no offence. Sorry, don't want to offend anyone. don't like disco. I don't like drag. Yeah, you won't be dragging me out for that one, soz.
We'll have to just go, the two of us then.
Fine by me. Well, I've just remembered, Laura, at the end of that story, we all went back to Jessie's flat, which was a basement flat.
Oh, shit.
In Fallowfield. And
I've been there, down those dark, dingy stairs.
I remember feeling like I was underwater. Yes, that flat. And it
was literally like we were in a submarine.
Yeah.
The more fucked we got, the more we all felt we were looking through a porthole.
Yeah, I was underwater. I was the Little Mermaid. We were partying all night, and you had a housemate who was a bit of a crank, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And she basically, I don't know whether she had to work or she was just being difficult, but we partied all night, and she stormed through the living room, slammed the front door and left. And, the whole room just stopped. Me, Jess, a couple of our girlfriends, Toby, the boys, you could hear a pin drop. Jessie then said, well, there ain't no party like a Jessie party.
And that became my motto for years and years.
For years.
Jazz club. There ain't no party like a Jessie party.
Jazz club.
Oh my God. Have you made that connection before? Jazz club.
No, but if I was 21 again, I'd probably find that funny and use it. But look, I think we better wrap up because you're going out tonight. We are suffering some internet issues. But before we do, I want to say a couple of things. One, we're still looking for the couple from Fabric that had sex every week for 5 years. We've not found them yet. So if that is you, please come forward. You win a prize.
Yes, come out the closet. Come out.
You will win a blown up condom on a string.
I'm dying to party with you guys.
And Alex would like to join in. We should get a lovely wisdom tip from our special guest, our party boy, Alex. So over to you, Alex. What is your wisdom for the lovely listeners at home or in the car, or wherever they are?
I think, because I don't really suffer from hangovers.
Oh, he says he likes hangovers.
I kind of love a lazy hangover day when you just can be so indulgent and not care and ignore your phone and just eat crap all day. But I would say prepare for your hangover. That's my wisdom tip. So if you need water next to your bed or you need a full fat Coke in the fridge, do it on the Saturday afternoon before your Saturday night out.
What would be your go-to things to have to prep you for your hangover?
More alcohol, like a Bloody Mary.
There's no way I can drink on a hangover. Like people do hair of the dog. That has never, ever worked for me at all. I'm like, what? Never.
It's scientifically proven that your body can't be drunk and hungover at the same time.
No fucking way.
So that's why drinking alcohol gets rid of the hangover, because you can't be both. However, I feel like you're just prolonging the hangover. You're going to feel hungover even worse probably after the next drinks.
Yeah, true. YOLO. I don't know about you girls though. Do you get heartburn now on a night out? I can tell I'm over the age of 35. I get heartburn, so I have to take Rennie's tablets for those margaritas.
No, I don't.
If I went out, I could tell you, but I don't go out anymore, so I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, okay.
But what I do think is that your body can't handle going out, so therefore heartburn is probably one of the side effects.
Well, maybe that's my wisdom tip. My wisdom tip is to take some Rennies out and have a full fat Coke in the fridge.
There we go. The party boy has spoken.
Nice. My alcoholic ex used to survive on Rennies, many boxes a day.
Oh God, am I alcoholic?
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
no problem.
And on that note, let's party boys going out to party tonight. It's bank holiday weekend here, so we'll love you and leave you, Lara. Thank you everybody for listening again. It's always a pleasure. Please share with your mates. Please tell everybody. Please listen when you're hungover. Hopefully we make you laugh. I've had some really good feedback recently and some people sharing some stories with me, so I'll try and get them on the pod with us maybe next time, Lara. But
yes,
shall we call it a wrap for today?
Yes, and share this with any mates who went to Man Met as well, who may know you guys or know of the spots that you've been. I want to hear more exposure. Do you recognise these crazy cats? I want to know. No, but there must be those people like who went to Met and Manchester and know exactly what the fuck you're talking about when we're talking about these spots. Or if you're a Vauxhall head, we want to hear from you too. What Vauxhall weird experiences have you had? Because we know that there are many of crazy stories from there. So yes, please share them. Our Instagram is @CraveTheRavePodcast.
So we'll catch you next time, and thank you, Alex. You've been amazing.
Oh, thank you, girls. Lovely to speak to you.
Love
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.